Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. So I actually have filmed this video already, was completely done with it, and then I accidentally deleted it. So we are going to redo this whole video. It is what it is. We'll see what prompts I get this time around, but this is paranormal pantivity. This is created by Andrea, who's also known as Pretty as a Peacock, and it's part of the Fantastic Ladies collab. So the thumbnail was created by her sister, and this project is a year long, starting September 24th of 22, which is also National Ghost Hunting Day, which I thought was kind of cool, and ends on September 24th of 23. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, this is a Fantastic Ladies collab, so I am a part of that Facebook group, but for whatever reason, I don't always see their posts or their updates. So a couple of days ago, I decided to just take a peek and see what's around, see what's new, and I was looking through their projects and I came across this one. Now, I was super curious, so I looked at the prompts and I figured that this was something that I had to do. There is a couple prompts in here that are more like skincare / not makeup related, and more often than not, prompts like that will actually stop me from doing a project just because I like to keep my projects makeup based. It's just more fun for myself. But I could not turn down this project. It sounded like so much fun and it's something that I was really interested in doing. So here we are. When I get to those prompts, I will deal with them. Not a big deal. We'll figure it out. But I'm really looking forward to working on this. So there are two ways you can do it. You can either roll in every product in the beginning and work through them throughout the year, or you can do it rolling style, which is how I'm going to do it because I find the randomization of everything just a lot more fun for these projects. So to do it that way, you're starting off with 6 products, and then you'll roll in something new when you are rolling something out. So that's what I'm going to do. So to start off, I'm going to roll the 6 numbers. I'll see what prompts they correspond with, and then I will find products for that and then show you guys everything about this project, including the prompts and what I'm working on and whatnot, will be down in the description box if you are curious. So go check that out. But let's start randomizing those numbers. So like I said, I'm going to choose 6 different numbers. It's already set 1 to 31. So let's choose our 6. So we have 13, 9, 28, 2, 20, and number 14. Curious. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. So number 13, which is the first one, I have everything written out in a notebook for myself just because it's easier for me to keep track that way. So number 13 is Ectoplasm, which is a face mask. So that's the first skincare related prompt, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Get it out of the way. Number 9 is the second prompt, which is, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. Dybbuk? I don't know. It's a product that's still in its box. I take most of my products out, so I will have to see if I have anything that is still in its original box that I have not taken out or for whatever reason put back in. Number 28, Revenant. So a product that has come back into your collection, so something that's repurchased. So, okay, let me take a peek at my collection, see what I can find. Number 2 is Doppelgänger, so a product that you have a duo or a backup of. Number 20, Flying Dutchman. So a product you are doomed to pan for what feels like forever. Lovely. And then number 14 is Ghost, so unfinished business. So a product that you tried panning previously but didn't finish, and this prompt was also inspired by Emily and Max. So let me go take a peek at my collection. Let me go see what I can pull in for most of these prompts, and I will be right back to show you guys. All right, I have my products. So I wouldn't say it was a struggle, but I had to take some time to figure out what exactly I wanted to put into each of the prompts. Some of them could be in multiples, so I will kind of explain as I go through them. But we are going to start off with number 13, which is Ectoplasm. So it was a face mask. So I do have a couple of masks, and the one that I decided to roll in was this one from Glow Recipe. So this is the Watermelon Glow Hyaluronic Clay Pore Tight Facial. I don't know why it always has to have such a long name, but this is what it's looking like in the actual jar. And this is what it's looking like along the sides. So my goal is to finish this. I actually had reached for this once, like just the other night. And that was the first time in quite a while. I do have a full size of this too because I purchased, there was a kit more or less of some Glow Recipe items back last fall. So I did purchase that and I got quite a few full size products. So I do still have the full size. So I want to use up the mini first before I start reaching for that one. So that is what I'm using for that prompt. Number 9 was the next one, which is, I don't know how to say the actual prompt, but it's a product that's still in its box. And I did find something. Becca highlighter. So this one is in the shade Moonstone. So this was, I had actually purchased 2 of these when Becca was going out of business. I believe I bought them off Beautylish, but one of them was a gift. One of them was for myself. This one I really do enjoy. I feel like this one fits me better for the winter time. So I like this shade for that, and we are slowly but surely heading that way, and I will slowly but surely lose the little tan that I have. So this is going to be a good shade for me. So I'm really excited about using this one. So next was the prompt Revenant. So a product that has come back into your collection as a repurchase. So for that, the product that I chose, it came back into my collection because it always seems to be in either another collection or in another palette. So this is by NARS, and I'm choosing the bronzer, which is Laguna. So I do have it in this packaging here. This is Orgasm Infatuation, which was a trio. I know I want to say this was a holiday collection. I just can't remember quite what year it was. So I'm going to work on this one. The highlighter has been finished out of here. So I do want to finish off this face palette as well. So I'm going to work on the bronzer. My goal is just going to be to hit pan. And this for now, I would like to completely finish it off eventually, but not yet. So number 2 is Doppelgänger. So it's a product that you have a backup or a duo of. So again, we are reaching for this, and we are going to use Orgasm, and same thing just to hit pan. So again, I have a few of those. I have had a few of those because it seems like NARS just always wants to put the same products into other palettes or collections. So here is the Orgasm blush. This is the Orgasm highlighter, which was also in here, but this one's finished off. So I had this one in, I want to say it was Alice in Wonderland. That project, my goal was to use this pack, or it was either that or Are You Afraid of the Pan? But anyways, my goal was to use this 22 times. I had reached that, but as I was using it, I realized that I should have reached for this one and used the blush in here. So instead of using this, I do want to finish off this trio first. So I'm going to pretend like I don't have this right now, and I'm just going to focus on both shades that are left in here. All right, I left that. Okay, so 20 was the next one, which is Flying Dutchman. So a product that you feel like you are doomed to pan for what feels like forever. And this, I rolled in my ABH contour palette. Now, the reasoning, I've had this for a long time. I have reached for it, but not a whole lot. You can see that there's some usage on the top shades and then just this bottom bronzer or contour shade. My goal, I do want to hit pan in this, but I'm only going to focus on these 3 top shades right now. We'll see which one I happen to hit pan on. I'm not necessarily going to pick a specific shade because I do want to see what I'm gravitating towards first. So we may see how the next update or how the first update goes, and I may choose a shade then, or I may just leave it open and again just surprise myself by saying which shade I actually hit pan on. But I feel like this might take me a while just because I've had it for so long. It has been in the back of my mind recently, so I'm excited that I can pull it into a project and get some use on it. So I'm really hoping that it's not going to take a whole lot of time, but If it is, then that's okay, because I've got a lot of it to use up. And then I think I had one more prompt, which was number 14. So yes, I did. And this is ghost, so unfinished business. So a product that you panned before, but you did not meet your goal or completely finish. And I'm pulling in the 2 palettes that I had as my pan that palette for last year, Norvina and Soft Glam. I did not completely finish off these palettes, which is kind of what I was hoping for, but I knew it really wasn't going to happen towards the end of the year. So I am just going to set myself a couple of really light goals this month. And the first one is to finish off this Love shade. I got so close, but I did not finish that last year. I have used it since, so it has had more progress on it, but I do want to finish off this shade completely. And then in the Soft Glam palette, same thing. I want to finish off this one right here, Dusty Rose. So once those 2 are out of this project, I will probably keep this in here and just make some more small goals, maybe 1 shade per palette as it goes. I do want to get as much use on these palettes as I can. They're not going to be in here for the duration of the project, but until I feel like I have enough progress on these palettes, then I will feel like the goal is met and I can roll them out. But especially with the first 2 shades that I'm working on, especially Love, like if you notice, there's only a little bit of product in these 2 corners, so it's really not going to take me long. And with very little product in Dusty Rose as well, I feel like rolling them out as soon as I finish off those products maybe a little bit too easy. So I do want to start seeing how much use I can get on these. We're going to start there, see what the few months bring, and we'll see when I decide to roll those out. So those are all of my prompts. Those are all of the products that I will be working on. I am really excited to get some use on these, especially this palette, because I have had it for a while. I think it was 2017 or 18 that this was their holiday collection, and I loved the packaging. Like, I do want to keep it for the packaging, but I really do need to use these products up. Now, I don't normally roll bronzers into projects just because I'm constantly working on my bronzers and working on my collection. But those tend to always be just my single bronzers. I do need to start using bronzers that are in palettes. If you saw my bonus pans video, I do have a bronzer in a palette that I'm working on currently as well. But I would like to get more use on my face palettes. So I feel like pulling that into a project isn't going to be much of a hassle, because I do like to layer my products too. So I can always manage to use my focus bronzer plus bronzers that are pulled into projects and hit my goals on them. So I'm looking forward to this one. So I'm really excited. Let me know if you guys are doing this project. If you are, I would love to come check you out and see what you're working on. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep my progress on here. I'm going to mark off the prompts that I have been working on, and I feel like it might be a little bit easier for me to keep track that way. Unless I have a usage goal, I'm not going to keep track of usage. I just don't see the point in it for myself. I also do have a bit of a hard time trying to keep track. I have had usage goals before, so I am a little bit better than I used to be, but unless it's an actual usage goal, for myself, it just doesn't make any sense to keep track. So there won't be any tracking numbered updates or anything like that, unless there needs to be. But that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you all later. Bye.